Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on, where you are in the world. This is Gloria White coming to you from Utah, USA. Today, we're going to find out who Esdras was. Esdras was Ezra. Esdras is the Greco-Latin name for Ezra. So, um, Esdras was there's actually a book of Ezra that is in the King James Version of the Holy Bible. And so, let's see. It's a very short book and doesn't contain the information that is in the book 1 Esdras and 2 Esdras. So, we're going to just read some from the book of Ezra, which is in the in the Old Testament in the King James Version of the Holy Bible. Now the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, The Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judea. Who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him. And let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judea, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem. And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the men of his place help him with gold and with silver, and with goods and with beasts, besides the freewill offering for the house of God that is in Jerusalem. Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all them whose spirit God had raised, to go up to build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem. And all they that were about them strengthened their hands with vessels of gold, with silver, with goods, and with beasts, and with precious things, besides all that was willingly offered. Also Cyrus the king brought forth the vessels of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought forth out of Jerusalem, and had put them in the house of his gods. Even though Cyrus king of Persia bring forth by the hand of Mithridath the treasurer, then numbered them unto Sheshesh Bajar, the prince of Judah. And this is the number of them: 30 chargers of gold, 1,000 chargers of silver, 29 knives, 30 basins of silver, of gold, silver, basins of a second sort, 410, and other vessels 1,000. All the vessels of gold and silver were 5,400. All these did Sheshesh Bajar bring with him of the captivity that were brought up from Babylon unto Jerusalem. Now these are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those which had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away unto Babylon, and came unto Jerusalem and Judah, every one unto his city, which came with Zerubbabel and Jeshua, Nehemiah. And so it just goes on and on and on, and it goes through all of the children that were brought out of Babylon. And then all the Nethinims and the children of Solomon's servants were 392. And these were they which went up from Tel Medah, Tel Harsha, Cherub, Addan, and Immer. But they could not show their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of, and it just goes on. And so what they're doing is they're checking to see if they're really from the house of Israel. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but they were not found. Therefore they, as polluted, put from the priesthood. And we read that in First Esdra in the 1611. No, we read that in the complete Apocrypha. We are now reading Esdras 2, which is 2 Esdras, which I'm reading from the 1611 version of the King James Bible. So I'm not trying to confuse anyone, but I'm just trying to clarify. So I hope that clears up who Esdras is and what part where he plays out in the history of the Israelites. Now, some consider him the father of Judaism. So, like the beginning of Judaism, because they considered him like a second Moses. But anyway, I hope that helps, and all the information we can gather, regarding God's people and the history of the people of God, I just think enriches our lives as we move forward to that dreadful day of the Lord. And as always, I love you.